Little by little, the interior's coming along. I have the driver's side mostly done. Kick panel, sill plate, seatbelt, carpet. I got the passenger side dash in. I have the shifter console in. What's really holding me up from making good progress is we have broken off rusty seat bolts, which is pretty common. I'm letting them soak probably for a day or two, so that has to end. But I figure if I'm working on the car, I can work on this door. So this door is pretty much the crappiest door of all the rest of the doors. For example, I'm going to have stuff like this. It's supposed to be a rod here. If there is a rod, it's bent and crappy. The inside is completely gutted. So we have a broken regulator down there, which I either have to fix or replace. There's not even any... Okay, we have one track for the window, but it's all basically gone. You know, the bumpers are gone, the handle's gone, everything's gone. So, what I have to do is go to my parts car and steal all these little parts. Luckily for me, not many people are ever missing these pieces, so it's not that big of a deal for me to find the parts. Luckily, I have a couple parts cars to pilfer. Oh, and this trim piece right here is gone too. Yep, lots of stuff gone. And again, the parts car has come to the rescue. So this is a door off of a 77, identical to this other door. It's got all the pieces I'm going to need. It's got the lock rods, it's got the inside lock rod, it's got this cover, it's got the window motor, the window regulator, it's got the tracks, it's got the trim, it's got all the stuff that I need. And this felt's actually in pretty good shape too, so I'll use that as well. But basically I have it in here in order to swap pieces over and put this door together and be one step closer to getting it back on the road. Something very common, not really common on passenger side doors, but mostly on driver side doors, is these little tabs on the door handles are broken. So if I slide this in here, there's a screw that holds it on, and it's got a little bit of a wiggle, but if you look over at the one on the car, you see those tabs are just gone. I mean, gone. This was just held on by the screw, I guess. I mean, if your handle does that, you know it's time to swap them out. Luckily, this door has a good one. Again, another swap with really not spending any money. Sometimes you just can't get a break. It looks like literally every single piece from this door will be going in this door. And even this latch. So here's the latch out of the 74. If you look at this lever for the door handle, this lever for the lock, and then this lever for the key, they're all bent. Here's the one out of the 77 door. You can see they're all nice and straight and workable. Luckily, it fits and it's just 3 different levers, but at the same time I had to drill out one of the bolts. Here's what's left of it on this one because they were stuck. And of course the parts car door comes apart really quickly, so it is what it is. It sucks, but you know what, it is what it is. Luckily I can pretty much grab this from the door, not really cost anything but time. So yeah, all I've gotten done so far is rods and that, because I've been working on this stupid latch. But now with the latch out, I'm able to put the door handle in, the key cylinder in, and I've also put all that trim on. So it's tedious work, but it's worth it, because everybody likes a door full of stuff, not an empty door. Well, a final stopping point for today has been reached. Let me show you. I also checked and made sure that the inside handle and the outside handles work, in addition to the lock and the key. So all of it works. And now I can finally adjust the window a little bit and then throw the door panel on, and this side is done. Oh man, it was a job, but it got finished. Oh, and I ripped more Bubba crap out of this door. It's amazing. There's 2 wires in the door, and they still can get it all bubbled up. So, all right, one more door done, and the interior is one step closer to being finished. Alright boys, I know you've been waiting on this day, but today is the day that these awful, ugly wheels go away. But it's going to be a little different than you think. Here are the set of new tires. They're Cooper Cobra 255/60/15. Now these Riley wheels actually aren't going to go on the 74. These are going to go on my 73 convertible. Why? Because I wanted a little bit thicker of a tire on my car. Now, you might think, well, what does that have to do with the 74? The wheels and tires on my 73 now are going to be going on the 74. These tires are not old. They're actually all in really good shape. They're BF Goodrich radial TAs. They're just a little bit smaller. These are 225/70R15, so they're just not as wide. But, you know, they're practically brand new. And they all have been bought within the last 2 years. So they will be going on the 74, which will be a great replacement for what is on there now, which is pretty much 90s garbage. Here's the main difference in the tire. So you look at the Cooper, it's maybe a little shorter than the BF Goodrich, but you can see how much wider the new Coopers are from the BF Goodrich. The wheels are all identical, of course. So the real difference is just a little bit wider. Hopefully on the convertible it will track a little bit better. And they'll make great tires for the 74, considering the ones it has on it now are straight up garbage. And the wheels are awful. Doesn't it look just a million times better? Got these rally wheels on it. Driver quality rings and caps, but so is the rest of the car, driver quality. The important part is that the tires are good tires and safe tires. They're not old or dry rotted or anything. It kind of sits like a 4x4 right now because I did one tire at a time, so the suspension's kind of loaded up. But interestingly enough, with the new tires and the leaf spring, it sits a lot better. It's not as off to one side as it was. I'm gonna now keep working on this interior. I got this door done. I'm pretty sure I made it in a video on that earlier. And I'm also gonna put this back window in. That's gonna be today's project. I had to bond in. This is a really awful video. So there's a piece right here that was flopping around. I had to bond that in. That's why the tape's there. Let me show you from this side. So now that that is dry, I can put the back window in. I sourced a clear back window for this car, so it'll be exactly what came factory on it, and I have the butyl rope stuff that you put it in, and we're going to do that today. Forgive the neighbor mowing his lawn, but this is the butyl rope that holds the window in. Basically it's just a sticky rubber rope, but this is how I'm going to start at the top so that there's no break in the bottom, but basically you just stick it along this inside edge like that all the way around, and then the window, you take this tape off, and the window comes and just presses in, and that's it. You need a water test to make sure it doesn't leak, but other than that there's a trim that holds in the rear window, and that's all you got. So easy peasy. It just cost about 20 bucks to get, $22 to get that. So just one of those things that if you've never done it before, it can be daunting, but it's not too bad. Ta-da! The back glass got put in. It's kind of dirty right now, but it's installed and done, which is great. Like everything on this car, there was no weather stripping or screws for the weather stripping. This piece of weather stripping is a good used piece off of one of my parts cars. Also, all the screws that go on it are off of parts cars. Why? They just weren't there. This door, like I said earlier in the video, is 100% done inside, all ready to go. All the panels are on it, everything works, and it's time to put on the door panel. So you saw that I dyed these ones, a used set on eBay. Again, they're not perfect, but you know, there's one, crack right here, and then if you come over here, this will all be hidden, but there's, edges. I got the trim off of parts cars. There's the driver's side back in the back. And that's ready to go on. So once the weather stripping is all glued into place, the panel can go on, and that can be done. And we can have a whole door completely done. After the two ends are bolted on, you got to use this black. I like to use black. You can use yellow, but weather stripping glue. I like to put it on the door first, all the way along this edge, all the way down, and then up the other side, and then let it sit for about 2 or 3 minutes till it gets tacky. Then just slowly push this stuff on there. I believe that you have to stretch it a little bit for it to all fit, but it should work. I've done it a few times. Usually I have to come back in a second pass and glue all the places that didn't really stick very well. Just one of those things. There it is, the finished product, with the exception of the door pull, which I haven't dyed yet. I do have it, I just haven't put it on. But refurbed panel, used but still good weather stripping. Even the top ends are good. Like I said, little imperfections, but you know, from 5 feet away it looks really, really good. The new owner, if they wanted, they could put a new black stripe around the trim piece right there. They could put the little sticker that goes on the door handle, all that kind of stuff. One thing I do need to order, which I don't have, are these clips for the front of the panels. You see they kind of bow out. I'm hoping that being hung on a door in the heat will kind of help them bow back, since they've been sitting like that one. But yep, very, very happy with the results. And this door is almost 100% done. Ta-da! By YouTube magic, the driver's side is now done too. So the driver's side panel, like most panels on every single Corvette that you buy used, is a little bit more rough than the passenger side. So it has a similar crack here at the top, but it also has a little bit more damage here. I think I'm going to have to redo this screw in order to let it hold a little bit better. But with that being said, the rest of the panel looks great. So in order to have 100% transparency, I don't know what to call it, I ended up having to put a screw in the corner of each door panel. The reason why is that there is a metal bracket that hooks into the door panel and then attaches to the side of the door. The problem is it attaches into a cardboard flap on the back of the door panel, which of course is broken. This is the only real solution in order to get these panels to actually sit flush. The good thing is that while the door is shut, you won't be able to see it because it's going to be right behind the kick panel. I had to do it on the other side as well, but it's okay because door panels, especially these door panels, are 1,000 times better than no door panels, which is what I used to have. The best part though is that both windows now work, both doors have weather stripping, both doors inside and outside latch and then unlock as well. So I just have door pulls to do and the doors are all done. You know what I just realized after putting all this stuff together? That these door handles are on the wrong side. I didn't put them on, they came with the car this way, but if you see the cross flags, I don't know if you can see that, they're upside down, and because of that, this angle on the door handle is backwards. So if I took this handle, flipped it over, and put it on the other side, you would see that the angle would match a little bit better than that one. And of course, that one is mismatched as well. So they're on the wrong sides. One more thing I gotta fix.